Pregame.com.
Mavs Clippers. This is Wednesday NBA. We got a free pick from Chris. Who do you like and why?
I like the Mavs in this one. I think right now, if you look at the Clippers, you're paying a little bit of a premium for this team. They've been a huge story. They've been a great story. They had, 17 wins consecutively at one point, coming back down to earth in the last week or so. Conversely, you look at the Mavericks, and they're out of the playoff race right now. However, Dirk Nowitzki's just coming back. I think this will be his 6th game back. His minutes are increasing every night. His production's increasing every night. I think right now, if you look at the Mavs, they certainly need to game a lot more. I don't know how important that is at this point in the season, but I think you have to look at an improving team versus a team that's being overpriced in the market. I think Nowitzki makes them much more legitimate. Plus, you've seen NBA games. An NBA team can cover 10.5 and never be in the game. And I think right now, you look at a team like the Mavs. They have O.J. Mayo that can score. You have Nowitzki coming around. I think it's a pretty good team. You will see them improve over the course of the rest of the season.
You know what I think's going on? He can pronounce Dirk's last name, so he's just saying it again and again. Yeah. Trying to bait you into trying to pronounce it.
Well, I'm not even going to try. I disagree. I like the Clippers in this spot. I think that the adjustment.
You like laying 10.5?
I don't think it's even close to being high enough.
So it should be 16?
15.5, yeah. These two teams already played, and the Clippers just manhandled them. They beat them by 20-something points. The line was 8.5 in L.A. I know you're paying a little bit more, but I think it's warranted, and I don't even think the adjustment's high enough because the market's not used to Dallas just not being a good team. We've gotten so accustomed to Dallas being good that I think it's going to take a while for the market to realize they're not a good team. It happens in every sport.
So this is interesting. You guys are coming at this from diametrically opposite positions because both are valid in some situations, which is you're saying sometimes the market doesn't catch up to a team that's better than they've been historically. And you're saying sometimes the market doesn't catch up to the fact that teams worse than they've been historically. Chris is saying the opposite, which is the Mavs are better than they seem because Dirk is coming back. And he thinks the Clippers, because they've surged and they've led SportsCenter, a number of nights in the last 2 weeks, that now they're overrated. I think because it's an LA team, I'm inclined to believe you. Or agree with you. If there's a team, the Bobcats, if they win 8 in a row, I think there's less press around that and less awareness than if the Clippers do.
But the X factor is that.
Is that your rest?
The X factor. Jamal Crawford's not playing for the Clippers. And last time they played, he scored 20-plus points against Dallas. I think once the betting market sees this, and he averages 16, 17 points a game.
Wait, I'm confused. The line's out.
Exactly.
And you're saying that he's not playing. The betting market's going to wake up and say, oh, by the way, this guy, it's important to start playing.
They're going to react to it.
They're going to,
take Dallas. What I'm saying is what you just. But
the line's out and open.
Right, but you just said that Chris is probably correct because this is an LA team, and because of that, they're overvalued.
No, I'm saying there's an I'm not saying they're overvalued just because they're an LA team. I'm saying that the fact that they've performed so well, there's a high awareness of it.
But right now there isn't because there's the 17-point scorers out. So that's what you're seeing on SportsCenter. You're not seeing they won 17 straight.
But this line's
anymore.
A couple points. So you're saying
it's only a 3-point adjustment from them manhandling them by 25 points.
And how long ago was that game?
A couple weeks ago.
So you're saying only a couple point adjustment. Now, we know power ranking wise, professional batters typically move a half point very begrudgingly. Right. So it sounds like we've moved. It's a similar situation. Home for the Clippers, we've moved 2.5 points. That seems like a huge move over a couple weeks.
Well, we found
especially
out
considering the Clippers have a guy out that you think is worth how many points?
But we found out that the odds makers were way off on the Clippers
because of one game.
No, because of 17 in a row that they won and pretty much covered. They were covering those games. They weren't just winning those games. They were covering those games. So obviously someone's numbers were wrong. I don't think they've caught up yet.
So really you think the Clippers are underrated?
I still do.
My Twitter followers will know. I put this out last week. I said,
well, you got it with 75 followers. You better repeat this.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I put it out there when the night they lost to Denver. I said, boys, the streak ends tonight. Denver's going to beat them. Denver beat them. Next night, they go into Golden State. I came right back with Golden State again.
Right.
Golden State beats them, and the money showed on the Clippers that it was one. I took 1.5. The game went to 2, but Warriors beat them pretty easily. I think this Clipper team is coming back down to earth. You're talking about an X factor. I'm going to give you another X factor. Vinny Del Negro is not that good of a coach.
Not at all.
No, he's
not at all. They should.
And I think people are going to catch up.
But
they have a lot of talent.
Isn't that less of a factor at home
and in the
against a bad
season.
team?
Well, it's still 10.5. I mean, like I said, you go and look. 10.5 is a lot of points in the NBA. It really is. And I know my decades as a bookmaker that a 10.5-point dog can cover a number and never have a prayer of winning that game.
All right, we've talked it through. Let's make it official.
I'm going to take the Dallas Mavericks plus 10.5 over the Clippers. I think right now the Clippers have been a huge story, rightfully so. They have a lot of talent. They're coming out of L.A. Dallas is going to start getting a little bit better. Dirk Nowitzki has been coming back the last couple of games. His minutes are increasing. His efficiency's been increasing. I think Dallas a little bit on the rise. You're getting 10.5. You're not asking that much out of this team. They can score. There's a big coaching mismatch in this game. I think sooner or later the Clippers will come back down to earth. I like Dallas in this game. I think it's a good spot for them.
How many Twitter followers do you have, VR?
19,000.
I'm a little over that. Well, about double. How many you got?
7,000.
Cade,
Quality.
Cade in the production room, do me a favor. Pop up his Twitter real quick. Guys, just for pity, this guy, 30-year bookmaker, he needs some followers.
I have that Mac, whatever version that is from.
The Apple II.
Well, I'm trying to think of what year I bought
That was a
it.
computer.
It was 19-something. No, it was 2000 and.
Kay just said in my ear, it's the Lisa, which was the bit, like an 80s.
It's the next. It's the next.
All right, guys, I hope, do me a favor. Chris gave you some good analysis. Follow him on Twitter. Otherwise, though, we're into the NFL. I actually have my one and only free pick this week. It's in the Denver-Baltimore game, and we're going to be covering the Texans-Patriots. You can get all of our videos at pregame.tv. Talk to you then.